What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Looks like Team Wildcard put out a couple of videos for us to watch. I think this has to do with the 10-year anniversary, and there's like an event that Wildcard is at right now. While I'm actually talking right now, in the background is the 10 years of ARK games video that they put out. And I gotta say, this one is really cool, honestly. Just kind of going through where ARK Survival Evolved began and kind of progressing all the way to Ascended and what's actually coming in the future. I really like this. Again, guys, I haven't been here for the entire life cycle of ARK. I've actually started playing ARK. This was, I believe, when Valguero came out. So we're talking about 7 years of playing this game. And we all know, guys, this is a love-hate relationship. But man, it is really cool to kind of sit back and watch this video and everything. And guys, I will have all the links to these videos in the description if you guys want to see these in full. But of course, 10 years of ARK games. The big one, of course, kind of showing right around this point is, well, Lost Colony is coming out in November, which it looks like they are still on track. But of course, we know Team Wildcard, it's probably going to be 2026. We all know that at this point, right? But, of course, we'll have to see what happens. And I think that's actually the perfect segue to go into the brand new Lost Colony video.
Do you know what it's like to want someone back with you more than anything?
I do. I loved someone once. Very much.
What happened to her?
I had to leave her behind. Story continued to the far side of the earth, into frozen wastes shrouded in endless night, where a small pocket of humanity managed to survive the long cataclysm, in a place called ARK Prime. But what she found instead...
What? What was it?
There she found the stuff of nightmares.
So before going over my thoughts about the trailer, I do want to talk about what's actually in the description of this video. And of course, guys, I will have a link to this video down in the description so you guys can read this along. But it says, confront the demons of ARK Prime, birthplace of the ARKs, in ASA's first massive canonical expansion pack, ARK Lost Colony. Starring Michelle Yeoh as Mei-Yin in cinematic anime sequences by legendary Japanese studio MAPPA, the epic new story of ARK Lost Colony bridges the gap between ARK Extinction to ARK Genesis and into the world of ARK 2. As you follow in Mei-Yin's footsteps through the intense journey into the heart of darkness, you'll unlock powerful, lost character ability trees, befriend exotic tames, craft cursed tiers of gear, and master advanced new building systems. But beware, the frozen wastes of Arat Prime are not devoid of intelligent life. On the contrary, the city has become a war-torn battleground between twisted, element-powered factions seeking to undo what was accomplished at the end of ARK extinction. Together with generations of heroes, you'll unite the past and the future of ARK. Alright guys, we have a lot to go over just in the description alone. First thing I want to bring up is, of course, it's now confirmed the brand new map is Arat Prime, which is pretty cool, honestly, because although I'm not too seasoned in the lore of ARK, I do know that name, and I know it's brought up multiple times in the Explorer notes and stuff like that, and I know the people that are really into the lore have been asking for this for a while now, that Arat Prime needs to make an appearance in these games somewhere, because apparently it's the birthplace of the ARK, so it makes sense that it finally gets its chance to be in the ARK survival world, and let's do it again. You're bullshitting it, so just... Alright, so a lot to talk about here in the description alone. First thing, of course, it's now confirmed, brand new map is Arat Prime. We've kind of been talking about this for a while. We kind of assumed when we first heard about Lost Colony this was going to be Arat Prime. For the people out there that really know the lore, have been asking for this for a while, so I'm really glad it's finally making an appearance here. And apparently Arat Prime is the birthplace of the ARKs. I did not know that. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm not too studied in the lore of ARK, but pretty cool to actually find that out, honestly. And yeah, knowing that it's the birthplace of the ARKs, why hasn't it made an appearance yet, honestly? But kind of going further into the description here, looks like we're going to get these anime sequences from the legendary Japanese studio MAPPA. Gonna be honest, guys, I don't really know too much about anime and everything, but apparently the Japanese studio MAPPA is like the big guys, like the really well-known studio for this kind of thing. So it is kind of cool that Wildcard were able to team up with them to kind of be able to collab on this and everything. So that's pretty cool, honestly. Looks like that Lost Colony is going to bridge the gap between ARK Extinction to ARK Genesis to the world of ARK 2. We will definitely be talking that into detail, because I think looking over the teaser, this really tells you, yeah, it's going to bridge it in more ways than one, honestly. Looks like we're going to be able to unlock powerful Lost character ability trees, befriend exotic tames, craft cursed tiers of gear, and master new building systems. Now, that I'm going to talk about a little bit further here in a little bit, but kind of finishing up the description again, looks like we're going to have factions in the game, which kind of tells me NPCs? Huh, interesting. All right, guys, so teaser is going to play in the background again. I'm just going to kind of talk about a few things that I noticed with this. First thing I noticed is ARK 2 is making a bit of an appearance as we kind of see the scene between Helena talking to who I think is Santiago's daughter, honestly. It looks like that conversation is taking place on ARK 2, which is really interesting because, one, that means Helena survived, and I'm really interested to find out kind of how that kind of came to be, but two, ARK 2 is apparently still a thing, which I know is pretty cynical of me to say, but guys, it's been well over a year since we've even heard anything about this project, and I'm going to be honest, I kind of assumed they scrapped it at this point, but nope, they are really still trying to get ARK 2 out to us, and well, guys, I'm going to say it, we're probably not seeing it till 2030, so don't get your hopes up anytime soon, but a couple things I noticed also in this trailer. Mei Yin is fighting something. I don't know if this is considered an exotic tame that we can get. I don't know if this is potentially an NPC, part of the factions that are kind of talked about in the description, but she's fighting something, which is really interesting because I feel like way back in the beginning of ARK, there was like this rumor that, and I could have this completely wrong, guys, but wasn't there a rumor that they wanted to bring vampires and zombies to ARK at some point, but it eventually got scrapped? Is this their second attempt of bringing that back? And if it is, I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I like it, but I kind of don't. I don't know. I think I just need to get a little bit more about this in the future, and hopefully we do get that before apparently it drops here in November. The biggest thing I want to talk about is really kind of something that they talk about here in the description. They say that this bridges the gap between ARK Extinction to ARK Genesis and the world of ARK 2, and I'm going to take it a step further, guys. This really bridges the gap because I think And guys, I know this is going to sound really bad, but I feel like Team Wildcard comes out with these crazy, crazy things that they want to do and then realize that they don't know how to do it. And what I mean by that is, remember when ARK 2 was announced? We talked about how it was going to be a Souls-like experience. We talked about ability trees. Kind of funny that this is something that's in the description of this video. It was also talked about how building was going to be revamped. And crazy enough, in the description of the Lost Colony teaser, mastering advanced new building systems. Here is cynically what I'm going to say, guys. They overpromised. They have no idea how to implement this into the game. And unfortunately, it looks like Lost Colony might just be an experiment to kind of figure this all out before ARK 2 comes out. I know. That sounds really, really bad. But think about it, guys. Honestly, look back at the world of ARK, all the promises that we've had and everything, and how poorly they've been implemented. I mean, heck, we've been waiting for an upgraded engine for the last few months. So much so that the upgrade that they were originally going to do on Unreal isn't even the newest upgrade. We're already 0.2 upgrades past that. So, like, I don't know, guys. Maybe it's just because I've been around the block here with ARK. I kind of know how this goes. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys, kind of what you're thinking about this. Overall, I'm really excited to see what Lost Colony does. I'm really excited to see kind of the direction they take this in, but I'm very, very worried that all this is just an experiment to get ARK 2 off the ground. Let me know what you think about that. Let's move on to the final trailer. All right, guys, not too much to say about the animated series part 2. It does say that it's respawning in 2025. That is the most that we have to go on, which is a bit upsetting, honestly. It's been a while since part 1 came out, so I would probably go ahead and rewatch part 1 again. It's not that many episodes. I think they're 30 minutes a pop. What is there, 6 episodes, maybe 7 or 8, which would put you at 3-4 hours. Okay, let's do it again. All right, guys, so going to be honest, not too much showing off here with the animated series part 2. Looks like it is respawning in 2025. It's a bit unfortunate that that is the most that we have to go on here. I guess my biggest question is, why did it take this long to get part 2 out? Part 1 came out probably a year ago at least, so it is a bit upsetting that there's been this much of a gap. Probably what I'd have to do is honestly go back and watch part 1 again. Now, the good news with that is it's only about 6 or 8 episodes, and I think they're 30 to 40 minutes a pop, so it's not like it's a crazy amount of time invested, but at the same time, yeah, I'm a bit upset that it's taken this long, but I am excited for it to come out. It's just a matter of when the heck is it finally going to come out, honestly. And of course, guys, last thing I want to talk about is ARK Aquatica. Yeah, this was kind of announced inside of the Discord. Gonna be honest, guys, probably best to head over to Ross Clark's video to kind of take a look at that. Not sure if I can show any footage from his video on here, so I'm gonna tell you guys, just go over to his channel, take a look at that video, because apparently it's some DLC for ARK Survival Evolved. But guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. Let me know your thoughts below. What are you guys thinking about Lost Colony? What are you guys thinking about the 10-year anniversary of ARK? And let me know about Aquatica. Let me know what you guys are thinking, guys. That's going to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.